Thank you for calling on me again. There's so much about this Jimmy Kimmel thing in particular that I find upsetting. The FCC perhaps putting their thumb on the scale, but ultimately, and I'm not shedding a tear for Jimmy Kimmel at all, but ultimately this comes down to his success or failure as an entertainer, and I think this was consumer based. And you look at over the years in the history of whether it's sports, politics, entertainment, the people who are successful survive. You know, Howard Stern said things a lot more offensive than other people who didn't survive. Elliot Spitzer here in New York, to give a New York example, couldn't survive his scandal because he wasn't liked, and Bill Clinton survived his because he was. And Jimmy Kimmel's downfall isn't because the FCC put their thumb on the scale, but it's because the viewers had enough and revolted, and he was not worth the trouble. Howard Stern was worth the trouble.
It's just not factually correct, though. He'd be on the air tonight if if the FCC hadn't done what it did.
Well, I'm not sure, Mark, because I think Sinclair was the catalyst, and they had a huge.
But I don't think Sinclair knew it happened until the commissioner of the FCC said it. The chair of the FCC said it. It said it on Monday. He said it on Monday. The stations saw it. But again, leaving aside the FCC, until he said this, the market hadn't spoken. He's still on the air. So I don't think
but he was struggling, and he didn't have the political or economic capital because he had already alienated so many people to say something like that.
It certainly put him in a weaker position. How were Imus's ratings when he got kicked off the air?
Well, you know, I was actually thinking about Imus, and that does undermine my point to some extent.
I think I take your point, and the market certainly is a factor, but I think every case is different. But
ratings.
Say again?
Tucker's ratings.
Yeah, Tucker's ratings, right? The market wasn't speaking regarding Tucker.
But Tucker's a good example because, and this is why I fear this. If I were to look at it as an American or as a conservative, if I would define myself, that is, if the FCC is going to start to say that if you're lying or misusing the airwaves, we can come after you. You know, Fox News, and the reason they fired Tucker was because he wasn't worth the cost. They paid $750 million for spreading lies. And so the next FCC commissioner from the other side of the aisle can say, we're revoking Fox. I get that there's a distinction between cable and network, but
well, it's not a small distinction. It's pretty black and white.
Understood. But conceptually, we are heading, if we are going to allow the government, I mean, this is textbook First Amendment stuff. If we're going to allow the government to manipulate licensure because of something that someone said that is offensive, I think it's a road we don't want to go down. I'm very happy that when the market speaks, I'm not happy when the bureaucrats do.
Couldn't agree with you more. Thank you for that. Cozy Earth pants, I've been wearing them, as you know, since they became a sponsor, and I was able to get some 40% off everything on the site. Go to cozyearth.com, use the promo code two-way. Pants, bedding, shirts, pajamas, all good. They're comfortable. You can wear them anywhere. The pants I'm talking about, of course, the bamboo joggers. I believe Sean has the joggers. The everywhere pant. The bedding, 100-night money back guarantee, return them, 10-year warranty. Can't lose with the bedding. And when you take the sheets out of the packaging, I'm warning you now, you might cry. You might say, I cannot believe how nice these are. These were 40% off, and they're so soft. They're almost snuggly. That's how soft they are. Sometimes you'll just get them out of the closet and just sit with them while you're watching TV or maybe drinking an Arnold Palmer because they're so soft and cuddly. Go right now, cozyearth.com, 40% off. Use the code two-way. Tell them Mark sent you. I don't know exactly how you would do that, but find some way, maybe in the message box. Built for real life, made to keep up with yours, Cozy Earth. Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to two-way.tv.